guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, and I feel like I'm like Mr. Rogers, I'm going to sit here and tell you a story, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to the small pergola and outside, because it is a nice day, even though it's chilly, and I'm just going to jump right into this. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you guys have any questions after this video, please leave them in the comments below. Love hearing from you and enjoy what you guys have to say. So thank you for that. Because basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to just pretty much take you into the small pergola, and remember that kind of that smoky plastic that I put behind the wood stove. It was the same plastic that I thought was clear and then turned out to be clear last year when I put it in my pergola. And so what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to take that down and then put up some clear plastic so that I'm able to see outside. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. So if you do, please give me a big like, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you catch me on all my videos, especially if you're new to my channel. But yeah, that's what's in the plan for today. The other thing is that tomorrow we're going to also be installing a fan. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because if I can fit everything in one, then I will do that. But we'll see what the day has to offer and where it ends, and we'll go from there. So follow me. So this is the same plastic that I enclosed my pergola last year. So if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here for you. And it worked really well. However, I felt a little claustrophobic because I couldn't see through it. And even though the package said it was clear, it's clearly not. But it was a remnant that I had left, so I decided to use that over here and enclose the pergola entirely, because I was afraid that we were going to have some really high winds and bad weather this winter. And we didn't quite get the weather that I was expecting, but it did serve a good purpose. But it's time to let it go and start with something a lot nicer that I could actually see outside. Now, the plastic that I'm going to be putting will go around the perimeter of that curvature, so it'll be a little further away from the chimney. But this plastic actually was quite durable. I've lit up a few good fires in that wood stove, and it never affected this particular plastic. So for that instance, it's a pretty good plastic. I also want to mention real quick the plant there by the ladder. That plant is called a Cynthia incarnate, also known as a rock rose. Well, I'm going to be relocating that to another part of the yard because I'm going to be doing something different in the spring. So don't miss out on that video, because this plant has a lot of medicinal properties that I'm going to be talking about. It blooms these beautiful pink flowers, and it blooms all summer long. It is a plant that in Germany in 2011 was voted to be the healthiest plant in the world because of its benefits. So don't want to miss out on that video. What I'm looking at right now, it looks like I have a hole in my new corrugated roof. Anyway, it's time to let this plastic go and just be able to breathe in my pergola and be able to see out from inside and in from outside. So that's going to be really nice. And my chimney just looks so beautiful anyway, so why hide it? The other thing that I want to mention is that, and this is not promotional, but the plastic tarp that I'm going to be on packaging here, I just want to mention how great the company was about wrapping this up in shipment and making sure that it wasn't going to get damaged in any way. And the material that it's wrapped around with makes for great wrapping. So if you have like blankets that you're storing, wrap it in this material if you ever do get this type of plastic tarps, because it's reusable. So I just wanted to mention that as a good tip. So enjoy the music. I'm going to put my plastic up. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to be spray painting this box. This box actually is a fan, kind of like what you would use in your bathroom. And this is going to go in my pergola. So I'm going to be painting it black, just so that it kind of goes with the wood stove. This is going to be a great addition to my pergola because it's not only going to filter out any smoke whatsoever that comes in from backdraft from the wood stove. Now the other purpose for this is also because now my husband can invite his friends and have us cigar smoke out in the pergola over the winter months, and I don't have to worry about the smoke lingering inside it and getting into the canvas walls or into the plastic. This will filter all that smoke outside. And a good friend of ours, Pablo, is gonna install it for us. And so right now I'm just gonna spray paint it, hopefully not get any paint on me because it's really windy out here. So wish me luck. It doesn't have to be perfect because the whole idea is just to make sure that it's just not silver. Now I'm just gonna let that set. So anyway, that's just basically what I'm doing on this portion of one less project to do, and checked off my list of things to do. So yeah, I'll let that set, and now we'll get on to installing this. He did add the electrical cord all the way up this way, and then he drilled a hole over on this side. And so once this cord now is inside, he is trailing all the way across in the other side of, in the inside of the garage, and then he's going to drop it down inside the garage to where the outlet is actually right around here, right behind the Abutilon over here. And so one of the things that I did is I placed this, it's kind of like a duct tape, but it's wood finish. And I added this one, this color, and I don't like it. It just kind of stands out like a sore thumb. And I kind of overlapped it on the top, which I'm not crazy about either. It's kind of sloppy looking. So I'm going to try to fix those. So on this side, I'm going to go ahead and utilize this and put it along here, just so that when you see it from outside, you're not seeing a white finish, but rather a kind of a wood finish. So it's really chilly out, even though it's really nice and bright out here and sunny. It is actually a beautiful day. And so much that the chickens are here basking in the sun. But I wanted to show you the pergola, what it looks like during the day, and how you can see inside during the day. And it's pretty clear, obviously. And I also wanted to show you where the fan is, so I'm going to bring you up close. But right up there, you can see the vent of the fan that we installed. And this panel here and this one that the vent is attached to, and this one right over here, all three of those, that area there was completely open and exposed, but I decided to go ahead and enclose it entirely. And then once we decided to put a fan in there, or an exhaust fan into the pergola, it just even worked out even better. So now it's all completely enclosed, and it does still have air circulation in there, so it's not like it's airtight, but it is still pretty nice in there and pretty enclosed. So let me bring you around. Hopefully that the shadows won't take away from this. But as you can see, the chimney of the wood stove is there. And I'm really happy with the way this all came out this year. Now, right here, across here, I put like black duct tape, and that's going to change next year, so stay tuned for that video. And like I said earlier, I will be moving this plant out because that area is going to change a little bit, and I'm going to need the room. So won't give out all my secrets, but stay tuned for that this spring. The other change that's going to happen, and hopefully this shadows do not take away from this look, but the other thing that's going to be changing is this panel, this canvas wall here. I will be taking it back to Beckel Canvas, the makers who actually originally made it for me, and I'm going to be putting 1 or 2 windows on it. Maybe I can even get your feedback of what you think. And the reason for putting a window again is because that faces, when you're inside and you face towards the home, you're not able to see our back door here. And I really would like it to be a little bit more visible from inside. So yeah, so that's going to be changing as well. But let me show you inside. And as you can see right in through this clear plastic tarps, if you will. So let's take you inside. So welcome into my pergola, or patio, whatever you want to call this. I guess it would be considered a patio since it is connected to my garage, but potatoes, you know, whatever you want to call it. I call it a pergola, but it could be considered a patio very easily. Anyway, as you can see, I changed out my sofa glider chair here, and it just looks so much better. It used to be this cowboy theme, and I really liked the red, but it did fade out and it was looking pretty drab, so I decided to change it up. And it actually, this really goes with the decor much better, and I just love it. I love the color. And this is actually a blanket down here, so it's reversible, so the other side of it actually goes with those shams. And between all the pillow shams and that blanket, I think I paid like $8 for it. So it really was not expensive to do whatsoever. My new addition is this little side table, which I will be painting over the springtime, because I'm not really crazy about the distressed look, but for $26, couldn't pass it up. Serves for a great drink table. Then I added a couple of sheep skins, and then I had a goat skin that I kept on my sofa for my pets to sit on. And I brought them out here just to make it a little bit cozier on that theater chair, and it just warmed it up. And as you can see, I have my wood stove right over here. And as you can see, you can completely see outside, and I just absolutely love it. No matter where you turn in here, you can clearly see outside. And that being said, if you noticed, I have a plant right here. Now, this is my Abutilon, or it's considered a flowering maple or Chinese lantern. This plant here, I've had in my side garden for the past 5 years. It's considered a tropical plant, and in a zone 8B, it barely survives. It really needs to be sheltered and protected over the winter months, and I've been lucky enough to have it come back, but it does go dormant outside. It loses all of its leaves and practically just diminishes all its growth. In here, it's kept it evergreen, and it's blooming, it's beautiful, it's even grown. So this is something that anybody can do on a really low budget way. The tarps, the plastic tarps that you see here, as well as this one here, between the three probably was roughly $250 for all three. So it's quite doable. So there's no reason why anybody can't do this. And it's just so efficient and beautiful to be able to even bring in your plants and winterize them over the winter months. So it's ideal for so many reasons. If you notice, you cannot see that white trim on that one plastic tarp, and if I hadn't pointed it out or hadn't filmed that I was replacing that or fixing that, you probably wouldn't even notice that there was actually an end to that plastic tarp. The top part, I could change it out next year and maybe blend it a little bit better, but for the most part, it works. This plant right here is also an Abutilon. This one is considered to be a little lamp or a trailing Abutilon. It grows about 6 feet wide, and it can grow up to 6 feet tall. However, I trim it quite a bit because it grows fast. And it blooms this beautiful little red lanterns, and it's just gorgeous, and it just profusely blooms all summer long. And it stays an evergreen in here. But again, if this was outside, it is considered a tropical plant and would either die over the winter months if you're even in a zone 8B, could possibly die down, but definitely if it got any colder than that, it wouldn't survive. But in here, it stays evergreen. It continues to bloom. In fact, it has a ton of new flowering pods, as you can see right here. Throughout the whole plant, you can see that there are some pods and going to be blooming again. I don't even know if you can see that flower. While I have you here, right down here is where we have the switch for our fan. So I am speaking of that. Here is our new fan. But if you notice, I painted it black to go with the stove. Plus, it's not quite as noticeable and in your face as if it was silver. And I do need to actually stain the wood around it, the oak wood that I framed it with. It was done really nicely, as well as the 3 panels up here. I've got to stain those over the springtime, but keeping it enclosed has made a big difference in here as well. And of course, this fan is so quiet. Let me turn it on and you'll see just how quiet that is. Do you hear that? Hardly noticeable. Of course, with the plane, can't hear it at all. And that is what it sounds like without it. I will put the description down below if you're interested in that. I got it on Amazon. I'm not affiliated, won't get any money out of it, but if you're interested, that's where we got it. It's very quiet. It's the same exhaust fan that you would probably put in your bathroom, only it's not quite as loud. Let's see. The other thing is that I have a candle holder here. This candle holder, I probably paid like 10 bucks for it at a garage sale. And I like this frame because I buy these little incense right here. And so they're very easy to attach. And having incense in your pergola or enclosed place inside your home, regardless of where it is, it really removes the bugs. They don't like the smell and it clears them out. I was getting, because of the plants in here and watering, I was getting a little bit of mosquitoes in here. And having the incense in here totally removed that issue. Let's see, let me bring you over for the other side. But while I have you here, again, I have some of the incense, and I really like them because they're not a fire hazard. They burn down. It's kind of almost like a wick of almost like a yarn that's scented, and it just smells great. Right here in this, it actually is a candelabra holder, and I took the little spike that you hold a candle in and I cut it out with just some wire nippers. And I used to have a owl in here, an owl lamp that is, and I was messing around with the plug and bumped it and fell and broke, and it was such a sad day. But you know what? I believe that things happen because change needs to happen. And so because of that happening, I ended up replacing it with this oil lamp, and it just looks beautiful, like it was meant to be there. So I really am grateful for that. Even though I do miss my owl, but can't replace it. I paid, I think, $5 somewhere, and I just can't find another one to replace it. So this is its replacement. Right here, I have my banana plant. You might have noticed it on my side of my pergola here. I brought it in when it was going dormant, so this is how it looked when I brought it in, and it actually is growing a leaf, a new leaf here, so it's doing fairly well considering. And then over here I have my succulent just a variety of succulents in here, and it's just doing beautiful. It really is just doing fabulous in here. And of course, succulents don't need a lot of water. They just need light. Let me see. The other thing that I can mention is this little side table right here. I paid probably $15 at a garage sale. The lamp probably paid $5 for it. And believe it or not, but this pillow and this pillow, I paid $20 for them in an antique store. So I will bring you over to this side so you can see this view. And don't go away, because I will be showing you a night version of this place with the fire lit, as well as an outside view during the night. Okay, that's going to do it for me for this video. So if you really enjoyed this video, if you got anything out of this video, please give me a big like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification button so you catch me on all my videos. Don't forget to share it with your friends and family. But more importantly, you guys, get up, get out, get active, create a nice, beautiful space for yourself and enjoy. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you when I see you on my next video. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye-bye for now.